Ever notice your horse avoiding someone for no clear reason? Turns out, it's not in your head. Scientists now confirm that horses can actually sense a bad person. Yep, your horse might just be the best judge of character you know. Stick around to find out how they do it and what else they might be picking up on. Horses can detect a mean person. According to studies in animal behavior journals, horses can actually tell when someone's been mean to you. In controlled experiments, researchers found that horses remember how people treat their owners, and they react differently based on those interactions. In one study, a horse owner was trying to open a heavy gate with an actor standing nearby. The first actor helped open the gate. The second was passive, and the third outright refused to help. The horses observed each of these scenarios carefully. After the performance, the actors were instructed to approach the horses. Scientists found that horses were much more likely to let the actor who tried to help get close to them. Most horses also allowed the passive actor to approach, but they were not willing to trust the person who didn't lend a hand. When the mean actor tried to approach the horses moved away, pinned their ears back, or showed signs of distress. The horse could tell that the person was being unkind. Horses can detect liars. Another fascinating study conducted in Europe followed similar experiments to find out if horses can recognize an untrustworthy person. In this experiment, scientists placed 2 buckets near the horses. One had carrots inside, but the other was empty. In the first test, a person pointed to the bucket that concealed the treats, and the horses followed their direction. But the second time, the person pointed to the empty bucket instead. The horses were happy to find the treat the first round, but were disappointed when they realized they were misled the second time. Then, in the third round, the same person pointed to the bucket with treats again. However, this time the horses did not follow their direction. That person had been untrustworthy in the second round, and the horse remembered that deception. Horses can remember their owner's scent forever. Horses can remember the scent of their owners for their entire life. A horse's memory is so impressive that they will remember emotions associated with their owner or a person they meet. The association of how that person made the horse feel remains stored in the horse's brain. When a horse recognizes a particular scent associated with a human that has brought them joy, a specific portion of their brain is triggered, and they remember them. So even if your appearance has changed, or it's been years since you've last seen your equine friend, your horse will remember how you smelled, remember how you treated them, and will be very excited to see you've returned. Studies have shown that an owner's scent activates the pleasure centers in the horse's brain. It's similar to the way the human brain responds to the perfume or cologne of a loved one. Other research has shown that the longer you're gone, the more excited your horse will be upon your return. If you are not around, your horse knows things have changed, and a certain level of comfort is lost. If a horse's owner doesn't return within a certain period of time, the horse will ultimately see it as a loss. Horses can interpret facial expressions. In a groundbreaking experiment in Germany, scientists put horses to the test. They showed horses pictures of human faces that either had angry or happy expressions. Half the horses got a treat for approaching a happy face, and the other half were rewarded for approaching neutral faces. Then came the test. When the horses were shown angry or happy pictures of people they hadn't seen before, they were still able to tell the difference and earn that reward. The scientists say that the experiment proves that horses can discriminate between different human expressions. They think that horses use their experience of how humans express themselves to make that distinction. Interestingly, there was one other revealing clue from this study. Before horses were taught the rules of the experiment, they had a natural aversion to approaching pictures of angry faces. This means that our magnificent equine friends have some innate knowledge about the meaning behind human expressions. Horses can smell bad intentions. The bond between a horse and owner runs incredibly deep. If your horse acts nervous around some people but not others, it could be that your horse picks up on subconscious signals you send about those people. Outwardly, you may be welcoming and friendly to a person, but your horse will notice tiny subconscious signals that you are not completely comfortable around that person. A horse's sense of smell is approximately 50 times better than that of a human's. Your horse can sense when you are nervous because your body produces certain stress-related chemicals and hormones that have distinctive odors. The most obvious of those would be sweating and the releasing of adrenaline. When someone who makes you nervous approaches you, your horse may realize that you are not at ease, and they become alert or move away to ensure you stay safe. Research has shown that horses can sense changes in a person's brain through alterations to the pheromones they are emitting. This explains the many stories we hear about horses showing fear or dislike to someone right before things turn dangerous. The horse knew what was going to happen before the rider even had a clue. On that note, remember that horses can smell fear. In a study of over 500 people, scientists found a link between an individual's emotional state and how horses responded to them. Confident and emotionally stable people had much more positive interactions than those who felt anxious around horses. Horses can read your body language. According to equine behavior specialists, horses will pick up on every move a human or animal makes. Whether it's stiff behavior, playfulness, or nervous behavior, a horse will know immediately. This is because horses rely heavily on body language to assess their own safety in the wild. This inborn behavior transfers directly to reading human behavior as well. So if a person you know is saying one thing but acting differently, your horse will sense it immediately. That's why your horse might snort, back away, or become agitated around a person they think may be an immediate threat, even if that person is only thinking of harming you in the future. Horses can read micro-expressions in tiny changes in posture that humans might completely miss. Horses can protect their owners. There are countless stories of horses protecting their owners from danger. Horses form incredibly strong bonds with their humans and can sense when they need protection. In one documented case, a horse stepped between its owner and an aggressive dog, keeping the owner safe. When horses sense danger to their owners, they often position themselves as a barrier. They might stand between you and a perceived threat, or even nudge you away from danger. This protective instinct comes from horses' natural herd behavior, where they watch out for each other. Some horses have even been known to alert their owners to dangers like fires or intruders. Their acute senses can detect things humans miss, and they'll communicate their concern through body language, vocalizations, or by refusing to enter dangerous areas. Horses have amazing intuition. Many horse owners and trainers believe that horses possess a kind of sixth sense or intuition about people. While science hasn't fully explained this phenomenon, there are countless stories of horses sensing negative energy or bad intentions from people they've never met before. This intuition might be a combination of their heightened senses, their ability to smell hormones, read body language, and notice micro-expressions that humans miss. Whatever the explanation, many experienced horse people will tell you, always trust your horse's judgment about a person. Horses in the wild must constantly assess potential threats to survive. This same instinct works when they interact with humans, allowing them to sense when something just isn't right about a person. Horses recognize voice tones. Horses are extremely sensitive to the tones and emotions in human voices. Research has shown that they can distinguish between angry, happy, and neutral voice tones. A harsh or threatening tone will immediately put a horse on alert. In a study at the University of Sussex, horses were played recordings of different human emotional vocalizations. When they heard angry voices, the horses' heart rates increased and they showed signs of stress, even when the angry voice belonged to someone they didn't know. This sensitivity means that horses can often detect when someone is masking their true intentions. If someone approaches with a friendly voice but harbors bad intentions, subtle stress indicators in their voice might alert the horse that something isn't quite right. Horses avoid certain people. Have you ever noticed that some horses seem to avoid certain people entirely, even without prior interaction? This behavior might seem strange, but it could be the horse sensing something about that person's character or intentions. Horses are incredibly perceptive and might be picking up on subtle cues that indicate potential danger. They might sense anger, aggression, or other negative emotions that the person is trying to hide. In one study, horses were much more likely to approach people who had previously been kind to other animals compared to those who had been observed being rough or impatient. This suggests horses somehow know who to trust, even without direct experience. Horses feel their owners' emotions. Horses and their owners develop remarkable emotional connections. Research has shown that horses can synchronize their heart rates with familiar humans, suggesting they literally feel what their owners feel. This empathetic connection means that if you're wary or uncomfortable around someone, your horse will likely pick up on those emotions and become cautious too. They might become protective, alert, or try to move away from the person causing their owner distress. Scientists believe this emotional mirroring evolved as a survival mechanism in herd animals. By quickly sharing emotional states, the entire herd could respond to threats more effectively. With domestic horses, this same mechanism creates a deep bond between horse and rider. Horses can detect dishonesty. Horses are masters at detecting when someone's actions don't match their words. This ability to sense incongruence is precisely why horses are used in equine-assisted therapy programs worldwide. If someone approaches a horse with a friendly smile, but tense body language and nervous energy, the horse immediately senses the disconnect. This makes horses excellent judges of character. They respond to who you really are, not who you pretend to be. In therapeutic settings, horses often refuse to cooperate with clients who aren't being authentic or honest about their feelings. This remarkable ability to detect dishonesty means horses can often sense a bad person who might be hiding their true nature or intentions. Horses have extraordinary energy sensitivity. Perhaps the most amazing ability horses possess is their sensitivity to the energy around them. Many experienced horse people describe horses as energy meters that can feel the emotional state and intentions of people nearby. This sensitivity goes beyond just reading body language or smelling hormones. Horses seem to have an almost supernatural ability to sense the energy or aura of people around them. While science hasn't fully explained this phenomenon, countless horse handlers have experienced it firsthand. A person with negative energy or bad intentions might make a horse restless, skittish, or defensive, even when that person is behaving normally on the surface. Horses respond to who you really are inside, not just how you present yourself outwardly. So when your horse backs away from someone in your barn, they may be onto something. This person might seem all right to you, but your horse knows better. Horses can detect life-threatening situations. They can decipher our body language and gestures, detect mean people, and even decide to stop obeying and trusting you when you try to trick them. The next time your horse seems uncomfortable around someone new, pay attention. Your equine friend might be picking up on something your human senses are missing. Their incredible instincts have been developed over millions of years of evolution, making them some of nature's best judges of character. Remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more amazing animal facts. Have you ever had an experience where your horse seemed to sense a bad person? Tell us in the comments below.